All right. This is a major anti-seducer. What is an anti-seducer? I've covered the anti-seducer topic here before. Let me see if I can drag it out really quickly. There are some anti-seducing behavior that you should pay attention to. In some respect, I call them the poisons, right? They poison all your romantic relationship, honestly, all types of relationship, but especially romantic relationships. These things will poison them even when you're right. Okay, a lot of these things are coming from a place of righteousness too.
Well, you're right.
But boro. Okay, these poisons will poison your personal relationships, especially, but what is her motive? Why? Clout. She said it. You talking about Blessing CEO? Clout to me. If that's what you're talking about, I'm not sure. I think this was a little old. Yeah, question, right? Anyway, but these are the poisons you should pay attention to, okay? But these are from the book called The Art of Seduction. These are the anti-seducers: the brute, no patience; 2, suffocator, neediness; 3, moralizer, moral police. Now you every time they say something, you just want to pick out who is wrong and who is right. That's all you're concerned about. And then after you find out and we agree with you that okay, we agree they are wrong. What else? You have no solution for anything, but you still want to stay in it. Exactly. 4, the tight word, cheap people. Speaking of cheap, I think that's what we're about to talk about. 5, bumbler, weird, self-conscious. Shout out to Robert Greene. I have to give him the credit. I have to give Robert Greene the credit. Weird, self-conscious, like, Mosorio, you're always I'm sorry. Before what happened? Why are you sorry? You don't even know what you're sorry for. Right? That's also an anti-seducer. Win back, talkative, they talk too much. Talky. Right? Reactor, triggered. Everything triggers you. Everybody is walking on eggshells around you. We never know when we want to offend you, when we offended you. Sometimes we've offended you for years before we find out, that's anti-seducer. Not basket mouth, because basket mouth at least stayed away from that relationship. You avoided it, right? But some people stay in the relationship, but you've offended them. Kilo day. Don't be juju be that. And the last one, 8, the Bulgarian, no self-control. That's an anti-seducer. So this particular thing is an anti-seducer, and I wanted to share with you because I know that, again, like I said, some of these things are going to attack you from a place like you don't mean any harm, right? But they will attack you from a blind spot. In fact, you're a good person. I'm talking to good people only. I don't talk to bad people there's no bad people in the Prestige family. I don't know if you realize that. There's no bad people. I'm copying a little bit, but you know what I mean. You're a good person. You're trying to do the right thing, right? But sometimes the right thing, they work, right? But let me play this video because I think, let me play this video.
Friend who went on a date, and she came back from the date and was complaining because the person that she went on that first date with took her to a spot where he had an available valid discount code.
All right, ladies, somebody took you on a date and they pulled out the coupons, right? They put out the discount code. They pull out is that an issue? I mean, these days, those kind of things may be inside of like a reward loyalty app or something like that. But even at that, is that something that will make you feel some type of way? Remember, one of the anti-seducers, right? I'm just gonna pull it to the screen so you can have it readily available. Let me keep going.
For like 2 to 1.
By the way, the person you're looking at, the one below, is Robert Greene. That's the guy who wrote The Art of Seduction and The Heart of and the 48 Laws of Power, right? So let me play that again.
To a spot where he had an available valid discount code for like 2 to 1. And
Talk
so
about anti-seduction. There you go.
Why is that anti-seductive? In that case, one might say that male is being, economically savvy, financially savvy.
If you're not able to...
Ladies, would you be like, oh, he's going to save money. He's going to, I will feel safe with him in the future. He'll be a guy who has savings. We'll make sure that our kids have college funds set aside. Is that what you would be saying in that situation, right? Because, remember, I keep telling you, some of these things is reasonable, I guess, right? We're just trying to save money. I'm going to take you on a date. Why did I have to spend all that money on that date?
Economically savvy, financially savvy.
Economically savvy.
You're not able to let go of your kind of...
See, it's not about the money, gentlemen. It's really never about the money. These issues are never about the tangible stuff. It's about letting go. Right? That one is deep.
Economically savvy, financially savvy.
If you're not able to let go of your kind of tightness when it comes to...
It's the tightness. Wait, it's the tightness. Number 4. I was looking for it too. I didn't cram this. I didn't memorize this, okay? But it makes sense to me. It's not about the money, right? It's not about the money. Dealers, I will marry him if he pulls out a coupon. I like people who are financially responsible. Hey!
Oh my days,
D-Love. Okay, let's continue.
Woman, something's wrong with you, man. Just let go. Spend some extra money. Spend the extra 10.
When you say spend some extra money, there's a guy right now that's saying, like, you know what? Oh, so I should spend $200 a plate every other day, Abby. He didn't get it. Yeah, it's a long conversation. Listen, that's why, I don't know, 2 hours is never enough for me to finish this conversation. We just have to keep coming back. I promise you, okay? That's all we have to do. We have to keep coming back, right? It's like, oh, so you don't know how these modern women are, right? That's why you're saying, the dating game has changed. The dating game has changed. You don't know these people, man. These women. Oh, Lord. Voila. Let's finish this.
Quid that you might need to spend on taking her to someplace different. But it signals a kind of cheapness. And it's not about money. It's about a cheapness in your spirit. She's not worth...
It's about the cheapness in your spirit. I know it's easy to hide inside of YouTube. I can debate this all day long. I can put 1 and 1 plus together equals to 2. Right? It's easy. That's why I don't engage you in the conversation for the most part, because I know that your IQ is like this. And you're probably going to beat me in that debate. But the problem is that your problem is not going away. Right? And you don't get to blame the other gender for it. Right? You don't. There's something in your spirit that's anti-seductive. Something about you. Right? And it's going to take a little bit more than the YouTube video to unpack that. But at least we can start the conversation now.
Letting go, okay, maybe you don't have that much. If you're that poor, then okay, maybe. But probably not. You can afford it. Show that it means something to you.
Why are you spending time on anything you don't value? If you're going out on that date, right? A lot of people are spending time on dates that they actually don't. They're already feeling pessimistic about the situation. Another anti-seductive behavior. Okay. She is a frugal. Or more, even that language is even the word frugal is anti-seductive. Right? Just imagine a guy who is actively arguing with you about he's just frugal, it's not cheap. The argument enough. The arguments. Right? There's another one here. There's another one. Rebecca says, prudent spender. Another anti-seductive language. Right? Let me tell you another anti-seductive language. Right? Money is nothing for me as long as you're willing to cook and take care of me and all this kind of stuff. It's anti-seductive too, because you might start to come off as your pompous. Pride. It's also anti-seductive, right? Right. So it's not about the. Let me see. Chinye just said something. It's not about the semantics. A lot of people get lost in the source of the semantics. It's the spirit. Emotionally, right? Those kind of things is what you should be paying attention to. Okay. If I say anything that makes sense today, please make sure you pull out at least $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your support always. Thank you. But yes, let me see what Natu said. Natu said, when me and husband started talking, I made a joke about him missing work and salary deduction, and he said, funny enough, that is what I get paid. That is what I get paid. Oh, he said how much he gets paid. So I know what to expect from the beginning. I don't need you to overspend. Well, see, that's a good point. I don't need you to overspend on the first date, but coupon? Cuckoo go Dunkin' Donuts now. Exactly. You see, even myself need to be patient. He said it all. That's really what we're trying to say here, right? It's the spirit. Coupon bitibao. If you pulled up into Dunkin' Donuts, for example, right? I have the Dunkin' Donuts app on my phone, right? Because sometimes I just get there, pick it up, I keep moving, right? And obviously there's some hidden, coupon, and they give you rewards and all this kind. If that's the kind of stuff we're talking about, it's not a big deal. It's about the spirits, right? Pulling out a coupon or being overly. There's something about it, Sha, that just doesn't make any sense, So deep gone. You know what to expect in the beginning, that part, right? You're having so much conversation, you have an idea of this person's lifestyle, where you're not going there because of a coupon is a little extra, especially first dates when you don't know each other, right? It's a little bit extra. It's tightness. It's not letting go. It's not letting go, not necessarily only in the case of going out on a date. If you have a problem letting go, if you're naggy, you're needy, you must be right. Could last. If you last, yeah. But anyway, that's the main point there. It's not necessarily about the frugality, it's about letting go. It's about relax. Like Jesus Christ, relax. Jesus Christ, right? Like, I don't know how else to explain it, okay? Brother, I'm frugal and definitely not broke, but I would rather use my money to build generational wealth and give MOP super chat. See that partner, I have to agree with you. There's nothing wrong with using a coupon. No, it's not about the coupon. Can somebody help me help D-Love? I think I just said that. It's not about the coupon. But let's keep having the conversation. It's not about the coupon. It's something tight inside of your spirit. Not you, in that case where people are supposed to relax and have a good time, get to know a person, and you pull out a coupon. That's weird. Weird is kind of like vague. We don't even know what it is, but most people say that's weird. And that's something that men need to pay attention to. Okay? Rebecca said he's honest, I believe. I know, honesty too. Yeah, let me just tell you, it's anti-SEDUCER. Okay? Let me just tell you, okay? I don't know what to tell you, okay? It's not about the truth itself. Okay? Of course you should be truthful. We already know that. It's this idea that you think you are more truthful than other people. Let's go back to, shout out to your Bing Bay. Hello, Bing Bay. How you doing? It's this number 3 right here, the moralizer, the police, right? There's something missing there. Let's keep having the conversation. Like I said, a lot of times you will be right. And I'm not shading, I'm not being condescending. I mean that. You will be right. But effectively, people just don't enjoy being around you. Something is not aligning in their spirit. So right now we're talking about anti-SEDUCERs. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Let's just keep it a buck. There's something that sometimes you meet a person, something in your spirit's like, it's a cool guy. It seems like it's a good guy. Why not? And because you two they live soft, like something they rub you off wrongly, like You don't even say it that way because you're trying to be nice. But last, how you just ghost the person. Right? That's what I'm talking about. But we're trying to put some of them into words for you to understand. That's what Robert Greene was trying to do in that book, Anti-SEDUCERS. No patience, right? Maybe you lack patience because honestly, you don't have patience for nonsense. Maybe they're truthfully nonsense that you don't have patience for, but that's gonna bite you in the butt sometime because you have blind spot. You have blind spot. There's some things that looks like BS on the surface, but you're not patient enough to be open-minded, and before you know it, you're missing out on life and love. That's what we're talking about. So definitely, even all the languages you want to use to justify it, all of them are anti-SEDUCERS. Frugal, prudent, cheap, right? It just doesn't. Does that mean you should overspend your money? No, it means if you are trying to be, you need better languages. You need to be able to move in a way that you can still manage your resources, but not come off as lame, right? And an average woman is not going to be D-Love. There's nothing wrong with D-Love. An average woman is going to be like, that guy, yeah. She might not be able to put it into words, but she knew that something is just off. Because that same behavior, remember, is the spirit, it's not the money. That same behavior, not being able to let go, will show up in other aspects of life. That's what we're talking about. It's the fact that this same behavior, it will show up in other aspects of life.